So that took me a while to try and figure out the camera. But this is my test run of this camera to see how it works, etc, etc. This will be far from perfect. This will probably be worse for a while than it has been with my phone, which is saying something, because that was flipped. And I don't know if this is going to be flipped. I haven't figured it out yet. I don't even know how to get the video from the camera to... That's the recording. We'll just say it is. So I don't even know how to get the photos from the camera to my phone, but we'll figure it all out. This is why we're doing a test run. So I thought, what's the best sort of test run to do? And it's just going to be a random art project. It's not going to be random. It's going to be putting these flowers, oh, that's a good focus, isn't it, onto... So I went to a shop in England called The Works the other day, which is like, it's like Hobbycraft but cheaper. It's like a stationery shop. It sells like, it's more like, I don't really know. So I got this deep frame box. It cost me £4. Focus. Come on, show me what you can do. Oh, it is flipped. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So I got it for, it's 15 by 15 centimetres. It's about the size of your head. And I thought it would be the perfect size for, don't think I can show you, but I've got them up on my iPad. The flowers. So what I'm going to do in a minute, I'm going to point the camera down, and probably, I can't like time-lapse things straight away on here because that's only an iPhone thing. Well, I don't know, I don't know, I'm just figuring things out myself. I'll have to watch more videos about the camera. I haven't really, been too busy setting up my computer and all that. So I don't know when this video is going to come out, because it's going to come out after my other video, but I'm just trying to create a couple of videos. Okay, so it will be time-lapsed in editing. If I could do the wide, it'll be time-lapsed in editing. But this is really just a test run to see if I can get the video from my camera to my phone, no hassle, depending on the light. I don't really know. If not, if this video never makes it out, then you'll see this in a different video already completed. I actually bought 2 books of these. I've already got a book. I've already got one of these, but I bought one. They're identical. Because I want to use one of the pieces of paper from this, because it has like really pretty patterns, and I want to find a purple one because it's a lot to me. Because it's a certain someone's favourite colour. There is a purple one, I think. I want that one if they have that one. So yeah, I guess we're just gonna keep rolling. Probably these videos are going to need more editing, aren't they? Because I'm not just going to keep stopping and starting them. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I already had all the audio completed for this. I had the whole video done and uploaded to YouTube for a schedule upload in like 2 weeks' time, because there's ones that come before this one, as you can probably tell, because they will be out by now by the time you're watching this. And it was literally uploaded, thumbnail ready, everything. And I was like, I don't like the audio on it. I was too sad. I was rambling on about all sorts for like an hour. So I re-downloaded the video back to my phone, and I'm now redoing the audio for it. So this is about a week after making all of this stuff. So what you see me doing here is the thing with the petals from the flowers that my girlfriend got me for my birthday, and I ruined it. I don't like it. Just to put it out there now, I don't like it. Love the petals and I love the meaning it has to me, but I just have this tendency to ruin things. Like, why am I gluing it like that? I just really have a tendency to ruin things. So if you're watching this honey pie, I'm sorry. I do like I like it, but at the end I put tape on it, and I just don't like the look of it at all, and I don't really know what to do about it. Thinking of getting some of those little wooden words you see me with in a minute, or whatever, and putting like the word love or something, just to try and cover up the tape or something. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but those petals were meant to be pink. They're now brown. They're the only ones that didn't really keep their colour. But I'm trying to create just like a cute background. I do like it, and I will be keeping it for the rest of my life, trust me, because it has meaning to me no matter how it looks. And I don't know, I just wanted it to look like how they look on Pinterest, and it didn't. It didn't, because I am not a Pinterest goer. That's the one. But yeah, not the happiest with it. Yeah, look at that big piece of tape. No, I was like, nope. So I cut it up into smaller bits, to see if that made any difference. It didn't. And I don't like the fact there's an odd number of flowers, but I stuck it to the back anyway. But yeah, I still like it though. So, the camera's a bit top heavy, but that's fine. So I've done it. I do want to get some, I have some letters here that I got for another project, but once I've painted some of them white, I'll open this back up and I'll put some sort of word there like love or something. I'll put something on it, but that's the base I'm working with. I quite like it. It's quite fun, better than being stuck in a book. Don't know where I'm going to put it, but it stands up on its own as well, so it doesn't have to go on the wall, but it can stand up by itself. So yeah, I'm going to probably compile a lot more art projects into this if I can get this onto my phone. But yeah, that was the first art project. I'll probably put these, I'm on an angle. I'll probably put these all in a compilation. So yeah, I hope you're enjoying the video, and I hope this works, and I hope you're seeing this. You know what I mean? Because once I've got it onto my phone, it's just the same thing as always then, you know what I mean? Hello. Hello. So it's currently the next day after doing this thing, and I really don't like it. I don't know what it is. I think it's because you can see the tape. So when I eventually get round to painting, I open these letters to show my mum them. When I get round to painting these letters, I think they're all going to be white, maybe. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm using them for. I want some for a box over there. That's for a different project, which is why I got them. But I'll get some letters, paint them white, and put some letters next to where the tape is. Is it upside down? No. At the bottom, because it's bothering me. And as well, put some white, these are wooden hearts. They don't look wooden, and they don't feel wooden. They sound and feel like plastic. I'll put some of them on them as well. But I keep staring at it, and I don't like it. I obviously love the flowers for obvious reasons, but I don't really like what I've done with them. But that was yesterday's project. Can I put this like this? Seems to be a bit top heavy. I think I need to invest in yes, I know I got the filming grip, but I need a better tripod that can stand up and go quite tall. This one was literally from Australia, it's really cheap. But so I have already drawn out this thing. You can't really see it on camera. I was going to do it big. I was going to do it like the full size of the sheet, but I was like, I'm making a load of these and I have to transport them in a bag. So the smaller the better, really. So I redid it, and it's now that big. So it's an envelope. That bit's going to be the obviously envelope size, and these are the folding. So I'm going to cut. I used this piece of paper. I took it out of the other book because I've got two of the same books. Because I'm making a pair and a spare, as they like to say. Because I just am. I just want to make spares, just in case. You know what I mean? And so I think it's going to be that big. And I use this one because now there's the same amount of each pattern in each one, so that there's not going to be an odd one. So because I used this sheet for the flower thing, so that's why I did that. So this is going to be the template, and I'm going to draw around. I'm going to cut this out now, and then draw around it all on these. So for most of these, it has a watercolour side and then it has a flower side, so it's kind of hard. So there's a flower side, and on the back it's a watercolour side. I want the flower side to be the front, so we're going to draw the lines on the watercolour side. This one's not a very good example because that's also watercolour, but whatever page I want to be on the underneath of the envelopes, so the side you don't really see unless you open it, is the side that I'm going to draw on, just in case there's any pen visible. There'll be no pen visible from the outside that way. Some of them, again, like that one for an example, so with this one, the pen will be drawn on that side because the other side is that, so that'll be the outside. That one will be the inside, and that will be the outside. So on and so forth, and I'll do it with every single one. There is some doubles actually, but I know that there's the same type and the same amount of paper in each one of these. I'm going to do it for every single piece of paper. It's going to be time-lapsed, obviously. So I want to get all these projects done, and I want to record them. I'm batch making videos, like in 1 week I'm batch making all my videos. Like, so this is only a couple of days after I made the whole setting up of my thingy video, which isn't out yet as of recording this, because I've batch made a load of videos, and because I want to take a small, about a month break from YouTube, and so I need to upload about 4 videos a month, a video a week every Sunday, so I need to make 3, 4, 5 weeks worth of videos, and I'm doing like a video a day for a week, getting them all out of the way. I love doing them, but I really, what I'm getting at is I really need to focus on my writing. I've got blog posts to make. I really need to do that whole thing, writing that thing, which is going to be a video on its own, from start to finish, I think. I'm going to film myself typing it up as well, if my plan goes correctly. I don't know. I am at a bit of a weird angle here on it. It's okay because I'm moving you down in a minute. Anyway, I need a better tripod. Maybe next month. Maybe I'll invest in a decent tripod. I'll have to watch some videos about them and see which one's quite good, because I take it to Australia with me because I like to film sunsets and sunrises and all that. So I need one that folds up quite small, but they can also go quite big, but also isn't too lightweight. Because the problem I had with this one was it's really lightweight, like it's really light. So when I had my phone on it, which it came with a phone adapter, and you could take it off and then put your camera on it, it was toppling over, and so I had to keep holding it for the whole sunrise, and it just made the sunrise thing look wonky. But now I've got this camera, I want to do it again. I will get a good one. And the sunset as well, I love sunsets, which is nice. So okay. So it's been about a week since I did this. I'm redoing all the audio for it all. Did I mention that in the last bit? Probably. And so I might forget some bits that I mentioned last time, but I was just like, I'm not keeping this audio in, you know what I mean? And so what you see me doing here is taking all the pages out of those 2 books. I ended up, see the one on the, I think it's the left view, that one, that's the only one out of every single one of these pieces of paper that don't have like flowers on, but on one side. I think that pink side is meant to be the close-up of a petal or something, but it just doesn't look the same as the rest of them, so I took them all out, all those ones, so you don't see any of them, because they just did not look the same as the other ones, and I didn't like it. I didn't like the way it looked. But I'm using it as a stencil, which, I don't know. So I've got this weird fascination with these envelopes. I don't know what it is. You see me during different stages of creating them. Like, I've recorded everything, all the tracing, all the cutting, all the gluing, everything. And during different stages, you just see me just picking up and just holding them, because I just find them so fascinating. I don't know what it is. But yeah, I don't really like tracing things. The only reason I'm tracing them is because I want them all to be identical, like the same shape, same height, same everything, because I had this vision that they were going to look professional, and they're pretty much done now. And before I started sticking and all sorts on them, they did actually look really good. Like, they look like something you'd buy in like a little flower shop, like a little corner flower shop type of thing. Like, that's the vibe they were giving me until I ruined them with my crafting, which is fine. But I went to college for art, and I've had it drilled into my head since I was 16 that tracing over things is cheating, and that it should all be my creative envisionment or something like that. So it does leave a bad taste in my mouth, tracing over things, which take as you will, but I wanted them all to be the same. And this is not for college, this is for someone I love very, very much, and I don't think they'll really care that I'm tracing over them. I'm sure she loves everything that I make for her. So that's my favourite one. I really like the pattern on the back as well, that blue background with all the flowers. I'm able to change songs now. Alex, where have you gone? Alex? Okay, you're back. I'm able to change songs now on my phone quite freely because I'm not recording via my phone. I used to have to find a playlist where I liked all the songs on it and just keep it on, because once I started recording these time lapses, I couldn't stop until the time lapse was over. I couldn't stop until I was done recording, otherwise it would have looked really choppy. And my videos look choppy at the best of times because I'm just a terrible filmer. I just prefer for a lot of chops because I'm just not very good. But I'm able to change songs now as and when I please, because I'm not using my phone to record. I'm using my camera, which dies after an hour, which is fine. So you see me finding the best spot for them, where I want to trace the bits that I want. Even though this watercolour bit that you see is going on the inside, I really don't like that one. It looks dirty. There's brown things on it. That's just part of the design, and I don't know why they've done it like that, but all right. So the watercolour side's going on the inside, which I was umming and ahhing about, but I decided, I want the flowers on the outside. So I did it like that so that you can't see the pen. Just in case there's any pen visible, you won't see any pen from the outside, which is correct. You cannot see any pen from the outside. I think I did quite a good job on that one. So that one, I was trying to find a bit that didn't have as much white on it, because I don't know why they've done it like that. But it didn't take as long as I thought it would. It was actually quite therapeutic. The card is it's not really paper, but it's not really card. It's like thick paper. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel like card. It's thinner than a birthday card. Thinner than even the cheapest card you could probably find. Don't know what was wrong with that. Don't know why I was and then just left for a second. That's fine. But yeah, so it's able to bend quite well. But as you can see, I'm able to trace with that piece of paper without it getting too destroyed. It's able to guide my pen well. So yeah, I really like that paper. It's really nice to work with, really nice to cut with, really nice to glue, keeps its shape, but it's easy, malleable, is that the word? Yeah, 10 out of 10. I got it from The Works, Hobbycraft? The Works, I think. I saw it and I didn't really know what I was doing when I bought it. I had a few ideas. I wanted to make something for my girlfriend, but I didn't know exactly what I wanted to make. But then I had this idea. I've always wanted to do this anyway because I've seen it on Pinterest a few times. I'm trying not to give too much away about what it actually is, but I've seen it on Pinterest, so that's all. I'm not giving away any more information over it. But yeah, done now. Okay, so every single one of them has the outlines on them, which I should have done in pencil thinking about it now, but I don't think I've got a pencil. So I took the one I was using as a template to fold it up to see what they would look like, and so that's what they will look like. Obviously, this is the only one, so I took all the ones, this one, because there's 2 of each type, I think, in each pack. So I took all of these ones out of them, because they're the only ones out of all of them that have tie-dye on both sides, and I just thought, I don't want there to be millions of flowery ones and then one odd one out. It just wasn't going to vibe for me. So that's what they'll look like. I don't know what I'm going to use to tape them together yet, but, or if I'm going to, I rounded the edge on this one. I don't know if I'm going to do that. The focusing on this is really good. Focus on my face. Focus on the envelope. Look how good that is. And then the back just looks like that, but just imagine them, but flowery. So there's going to be about, I don't know, a lot of them, but I'm going to split them up into whichever one's which, like in different sets and all that. Then I'm going to cut them out, which I'll also film. But not right now because I'm going to eat. But then I'll be back. So yeah. Okay, so this was the next day, and what you see me doing here is, some people might think that this is a waste of time, but I actually don't. So I'm cutting out the shapes, but I'm not cutting them out directly on the line. I will be, but not right this second. What I'm doing is cutting them out, as you can see, about an inch, maybe 5 centimetres-ish away from the line. Why I do this is, I don't know how to word it without it sounding weird. It's so I'm able to get better control of the scissors, really. Like, I don't like cutting things in a really neat line. I'm not able to cut things in a really neat line if there's a lot of paper flapping about. So I get rid of all the excess paper first, and then I'm able to then go back through and cut them more neatly, which most people would think that, Alex, that's a waste of time. That's going to take you pretty much double the amount of time that it would have took you. Like, yeah, I get that, but it's either it's going to take me twice as long, or we're going to have half the amount of envelopes because I'm going to ruin a load of them, because I can't, not as neatly as I want to do them. Like, I wanted them to be picture perfect. I wanted to be on the line, because I didn't want, even though the line was going on the inside, when you open the envelope up, the inside is showing, especially on the top flap. And I didn't want the top flap to have much pen visible. I knew it was going to be perfect, and there was a few that definitely aren't perfect, which really bother me. But I wanted to make it as perfect as I could, so sometimes you just got to put in the extra effort to get the extra results. You've got to put in the extra time to yield the extra wheat. Is that the saying? I've probably made that up off the top of my head. I don't know. But have I done them already? I've done them already. Okay, so this was later on that day, I think. As you can see, I'm listening to YouTube. I've got YouTube on. And I'm glad that this video is muted, because I was bopping. I don't think at this point, but when another song comes on, I am bopping my little heart out, I am. Well, that box in the background, that little thing, I'm painting that right now, actually. That's the project I'm working on right now. Because the little box on my left to you guys, the colourful one, the green colourful one, that's full of everything right now. Australia stuff and Man and My Girlfriend stuff, which I don't want them to be... I want them to be separated, because I don't want them to be intertwined. I don't want my love for Australia and my love for her to be one and the same, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, don't know how to word it. I want a box for Australia and a box for her, is pretty much what I'm saying, because, you know, I love them both, but in very different ways. I can't love a person the same way as I love a place. And all, like, the stuff from, like, our dates, and it's all mixed in with, like, my plane tickets and my boarding passes, and, like, I don't want them to be the same thing, because I don't just love her because she's Australian, and I don't just love Australia because she's there. Like, it's two very different loves, and you know what I mean? So, plus I'm running out of space in the little box anyway. I think I mentioned that somewhere in the videos. I'm running out of space, so I'm keeping them both, just for two different things, just so I can keep them separated. I don't know why I keep looking at the camera. I think it was dying. It was dying. That's what was wrong with it. So I think this was the next morning, because I remember drinking that Capri Sun. I was having a whale of a time. Look at me having a bop. Like, I'm having the time of my life. Cutting out. So what you see me doing here, I forgot to mention, because I'm too busy going on about those boxes behind me. And I'm now cutting them out neater. I'm able to have better control with my scissoring, let's just say. I'm able to have better control. Better than having big pieces of paper flapping about everywhere, which... have my headphones on. I'm having a bop. I really am. At the moment, none of these future envelopes, can't really call them envelopes right now, because they're little fetus envelopes. They're not in any specific order. They're not in any type of order. They're just chilling, really. I do end up putting them into an order pretty shortly. I mean, shortly for you. I think it was like 2 days for me because I procrastinate. Oh, yes, Kevin. So I'm watching Kevin a lot here. And I love Kevin. He was playing a bit like... I've watched this video a million times. You see me just looking over at him, fascinated, like I've never seen this video before in my life. I've watched this video probably 1,000 times, but Kevin's like my comfort channel. Sorry for the audio cut. Really not feeling great. My throat hurts, so I just need to keep taking rests. But yeah, Kevin's my comfort show. Like him a lot, but like I'm sitting there giggling at that video like I've never seen it before. I've watched him a million trillion times. But I was sad during the whole making of this video, like really just out of it. So I was just watching the same thing over and over again. That was probably me checking the battery level because I didn't realise it died that quickly. I've got into the habit now of usually finding somewhere where I can plug it in and while recording. Or my new little routine that I've got is film until it dies and then upload all the videos while it's charging and just do it bit by bit. But now my mum's bought me like a battery charger with 2 extra batteries, so I always have a battery ready. So I've got one on charge right now, one in my camera fully charged, and then one in my case fully charged. So I don't really have an excuse now, but I need to find time to actually upload these because I've got to do them one at a time. And I've got to speed them up one at a time because my phone or my iPad has enough storage capacity in it to hold a bunch of hour-long videos. So I have to do it literally one at a time, and it's the most annoying thing ever. So whenever I get a new phone, or especially a new iPad, because the iPad's only 64GB, my phone is 128GB though, I need to get ones with bigger storages because it's absolutely driving me up the wall. It's driving me insane. But I'll do that. When I got my phone and when I got my phone, I was in Australia, but I didn't really think about that. But when I got my iPad, I definitely hadn't even thought about doing YouTube videos or anything like that. So I got the cheapest one available. But I do like my little iPad. I put the screen protector on it perfectly, and now I've got an attachment to it. Sorry, I'm really tired. I haven't slept much. I'm like glued to. Like I'm glued to that. I literally watched it a million times. I think it's the one where he goes to prison. Let's get off your phone. And he goes to prison on BitLife for like 90-something billion years, or he's on death row or something. It's a good one. I don't know why I've got headphones on and not AirPods. And this is riveting content. I know. These voice notes they've got to be longer because these clips are longer now. Usually time lapses are only like a minute or 30 seconds. But now I've got to fill space for like 5 to 10 minutes per clip. And I've put all these clips together because I just was not in a talking mood during this week. So I just set my camera up and just started crafting away. And I was like, no intro? Okay, no intro at all. So now I'm left here to pick up the pieces of broken Alex, quite literally, to talk when she didn't want to. So that's what I'm doing. I have literally nothing really to say because all I'm doing is cutting along some little black lines, which is really satisfying. I wish I'd filmed from like behind me. I wish I sat like in front of my camera but facing so I was facing the door. Oh, we're different. It's different now. What we're doing now. Oh, this was the most satisfying thing. This was the best part of it all. Oh, so what you see me doing here is, I think it's called scoring it. For the first 10, I did do it wrong, and that's why you see me cutting little bits off it, because I just put the lines too low down. But after about 10 of them, I got it correct. I was so, oh, yes, like, so satisfying. I got far too excited over that, but look how satisfying it is. And you just see me holding them again, like they actually look like envelopes at this point. They didn't just look like pieces of paper with little triangles cut out of them. So I cut from where the little indents are. I just cut from one little edge to another, where like the little indented triangle is, And what that does is creates the folds. So the pink one, which isn't with the rest of them, that's my guide. And I actually had the lines drawn on that one, so I could actually see where I had to do without having to draw the lines on them, because I wanted as little pen visible as possible. So I'm using that book to just lean on, really. It didn't scratch the book or anything. It was just something harder than carpet to lean on, to just get some pressure on it. Honestly, they look so pretty. They were the best things ever. I loved these so much. Still love them. I've just ruined them a bit now. Yeah, it was really fun doing this. I was having a bath. Or was I? I've been rewatching Orange is the New Black. I'm actually already up to season 4. I'm up to the episode where Lolly keeps blabbing over the fact that they killed the guard in the greenhouse. That's where I'm up to. And Piper accidentally started like a race war because she doesn't like the Spanish people because they stole her underwear business. That's the episode I'm up to. I forgot. I think it's season 4. I remember season 4 and 5 being quite good. I can't really remember. Well, I just liked season 3 because that's when Lolly came in, and Lolly is, unpopular opinion, but she is the best character. I don't care what people say. She's. I just love her. I just love her so much. But yeah, so I'm rewatching that. I'm not really doing much else. I'm not really watching anything else at all, really. I know the new season of Young Sheldon's out. I will watch that. I really just like watching one thing at a time, though I get confused when I'm watching more than one thing at a time. Still watching Criminal Minds. The last one I watched. What happened in the last one I watched? Well, Spencer's little girlfriend had just died. I'm up to about there. I know My Little Princess likes Criminal Minds, so I'm up to that one. I don't know what episode or what season. It's quite late on. Okay, so I'm holding this. I don't like holding this. This feels weird. This feels really... But so far, we have... I don't know why it flips. We have done these ones, which... haven't done anything to them yet, but this is our what I now call our trial one. I'm using this just so I don't scratch the carpet and everything, by the way, or rip the carpet, because I'm using scissors to make the bends quite easier, and not really doing anything to the book per se. It's not ripping the book or anything. So I've attached this. It's actually quite strong, as you can tell. Oh my god, that's very strong. Just bounced back out my hand. It's not going to come undone. So what I did, can't really tell, but I stuck tape on the insides, flattened that down, put glue on these two edges and flattened it down, so there's no loose corners, and that's not going to come off. I just use this one as a trial one to start with. Quite glad I can now just like turn the camera as and when I see fit. Like, I'm quite glad I can do that, but it still flips it when it's this way, you know what I mean? But so I've done that many, and then I've still got all these to go. I just thought I hadn't spoken to you guys today, so I'm about to go for a bath or a shower or something, because I literally haven't had a wash all day. Because sometimes I get in the zone and I just forget about all other responsibilities. I've also got fairy lights to put up, some more fairy lights. I say more. I don't think I've included the other ones. So here's the other clips of the fairy lights. Firstly, sorry if you can hear the rain. This is the only time I can record this audio, and it's raining, and I'm in my bedroom, and I've got a skylight. And the only rooms that don't have windows that are making noise is the hallway and the bathroom. I'm not sitting in either one of those because hallway, neighbours can hear me, bathroom's really echoey. Anyway, so I got these fairy lights. I forgot why I decided to just randomly stop filming my envelopes and decided to do this. I think it was because I was sick of the sight of fairy lights, because I'd got these ones specifically for my bedroom, but they were too short and the light was too cold. Like, it was too much of a white light and not like an orange warm light for my bedroom. Like, I wanted it to be warm for my bedroom, so then I ended up buying some longer and warmer lights for my bedroom. So now I just had lights everywhere. So it's like, oh, I'll put these in my hallway. So I was like, right, I'm gonna have to put some up. So that's what I did. So yeah, I put fairy lights in my hallway, and they're on right now. Actually, they are on. I quite like them. They're a different colour. They're more of a white than the ones that are going in here. I've already tried them. They're quite orange and quite warm, and the ones in the bathroom are quite warm. Which I prefer, to be honest, but in the hallway I don't really mind, because it's less of a cozy room. Like, I like it to be cozy in the bathroom because I like to sit there and have a bath and all that, and I obviously like it for it to be cozy in the bedroom because that's where I sleep. You know what I mean? So this is going to go on charge because it goes dead really quickly. So I'm going to leave this on charge while I go have a shower or whatever. And yeah, then I'm going to get back onto doing my envelopes. Also, this little machine here, I just love the focusing. Focus on my face. Focus on my machine. So this is, I think I've showed it to people in the past. It rounds corners. I don't really have anything I can try it on, but it makes corners look like that pretty much, instead of like that, which just gives it a more finished look. So I'm thinking, once I've bent them all and made them all flat, before I fasten any of them together, I'm going to go round and I'm going to do maybe just that edge, or maybe those two edges as well, even though I don't think those two edges can be seen when that's up. So maybe just the top one, just to make it look more finished. You know what I mean? I just think it'll look quite good. So yeah, I'm using the ruler and scissors to bend all the things. Bit fiddly, but it's all right. It's all right. So tomorrow, did I mention that? I'm going to my parents' house. Well, my mum's got this thing on at work, this summer thing, and all of her co-workers want to meet me. I don't know, because she must gossip about me and my worldly adventures a lot. So I'm going there. My mum's picking me up and we're going there. And then I'm probably going to go back to my mum's house. So I'll probably take a backpack with me, obviously, because I'll probably stay over. And so I'll take these and my camera and my tripod and all my phone and my chargers. I'll take it all with me. And I'll probably so if there's a weird change in scenery, yes, I am in my bedroom now. I just felt like sitting in my bedroom for a while. Hello, hats. Nice to see you all. Then that's why, because I won't be here. I'll be at my parents' house, which is okay. And then I'll be back here. I don't know what day. Maybe Sunday, maybe Monday. Don't know. Yeah, I'll be off now. So yeah. Okay, so I filmed this one night. That's me just putting on a good song. Carrying on doing this. I don't know why I'd stopped doing this. To put up some fairy lights. I couldn't tell you why. But yeah, this is me just carrying on doing what I was doing earlier on in the video. But this time I'm doing it a lot smoother, if you've noticed. You don't see me cutting any bits off the corners because I got the hang of it. Those ones are my favourite ones. I just love the pink on the blue and then the multicoloured watercolour background. Love it. Alex, where have you gone, Alex? Okay, there I'm back. I just tend to just leave and I forgot to cut these bits out the video, but I'm not re-recording this audio now, you know what I mean? My AirPods are almost dying. It's just not a vibe, so we're just going to roll with it. Again, you just see me holding them because they just look so symmetrical and perfect. I don't know how else to describe it. But yeah, it's raining right now. And like, I love listening to the rain. I've got a thing now. Usually I had to sleep in total darkness and total quietness. Like, I could not go to sleep with anything else. Alex, I am there. I'm just not doing anything. All right, I'm doing something now. But I forgot why I started listening to rain sounds. I think it was literally raining one night or raining one day, and I had this 3-hour long nap listening to the rain, and in the middle of from about 4 p.m. till about 8 p.m. or 7 p.m. or something like that. And I didn't mean to nap for that long, and I hadn't napped that long in a while. And I was like, wow, the rain really, really relaxed me. Well, my phone's on 12%. I have to plug that in because if I don't, then it stops audioing if it gets to 10% and the little thing comes up. So yeah, So that night, like when I was trying to get back to sleep, I wasn't really that tired anyway because I just had a 3 hour long nap. I turned on rain sounds on my Amazon Assistant, we'll say. And it helped. And so every night now I go to sleep listening to very, very quiet, like, I mean, on the lowest volume, just so you can just about hear it. Like it's coming from a different room. Not loud, very, very subtle. But I like to go to sleep like that now. So yeah, I do like the sound of rain, but it's really annoying me. I forgot where I was going with that conversation. I forgot how that conversation started. But it's quite annoying when I've got to try and record with it. I'm trying not to leave much in the way of silence. I should want to listen to it. Can you hear that? I don't know. Because I've got AirPods in, so I don't know if the microphone is the AirPods microphone or my phone microphone. That's a mouthful to say. If it's a phone microphone, yes, you might be able to hear it. If it's my AirPods, maybe not. I don't know. My AirPods are dying though. They made the do-do-do-do sound. Look at them all. I wanted them all in the shot, so I moved them all, and you can see the template I use. I call that just my trial one. That's what I use that one to do things that I want to do on the proper ones. I do it on that one first to see how it would look. Why do I keep going to? Alex. All right, I'm back. Don't really like the orange ones. They're not really a vibe. Forgot what pattern's on the back of them. Oh, that pattern. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of that one. I think the purple one's quite nice, though. Are they the purple flowers? No, they're not the purple flowers. All right, then. There's some which are, yes, those ones, the purple ones, which I was going to put purple tape on. You'll understand what I mean in a minute. But sometimes could be too much clashy purple. But, yeah, where the hell do I keep going? Like, I've just completely left. All right, I'm back. Don't know where I keep disappearing to. This is filmed in my bedroom. That's my desk leg there, and the top, I think it'll be right for you guys, top right. And I just wanted to see how many more of these I had. I had about 5 left, so I was like, okay, we can get this done. And so I just started powering through them all. Not very pretty, either of them, are they? My favourite ones are those blue ones. Alex, come back. All right, I'm back. Honestly, I'm sorry. I didn't know that I was gone that much in this clip. I don't know if I just felt unwell. I don't know if I was crying. I really can't remember, but we're about to jump to another clip now. So what I'm doing here, I don't know if this was the same night or not. It looks brighter, but I don't know if just because the camera angle moved. So here you see me with a glue stick, that little contraption, which I end up... So I started doing it all in one go. So I would flatten down the edges. I'd crisp up the edges with the ruler. I would then glue the little sides together, and then I would round the corner. So that little black contraption, that looks like that thing, is actually a corner rounderer. I think I mentioned it in one of the little clips of me talking. They're from last week. So I haven't touched them. So if I've mentioned them, I've mentioned them. But it was just too much faff. I wanted to just do a load of them. So in a minute, what I end up doing is, I go around all the corners. I think I start going around all the corners and chopping them. Is this when I start? Yeah, this is when I start doing them. So I'm just rounding all the corners and then piling them up. I was changing my mind like the weather on these videos. And then I have a pile of them once I've done all them, and I go through the pile of them, and that's when I start gluing them. I just found it a lot easier, and I think it did go a bit quicker because there was a lot of them. I think there's like 44 envelopes. Not all of them are being used. I don't know if I mentioned it in any of the past clips, but I'm making a load of them and then just making spares, really. You see me splitting them into 2 different piles. I don't really know why. I just know I won't be able to. I don't want to. I split it in half so that, because I want to keep some as well. but 44 is a lot, especially for what I want to do with them. Like, I want to put in a lot of effort to each one, and I don't want to overwhelm myself with making 44 envelope things. Again, can't really say what they are because this is coming out probably long before I'll get to give it to her. Maybe. I don't know. You never know what life holds. I don't know why the video's clipped so much here. I must have been really sad. I think that was the issue. There is clips of me in the soon crying a bit. I want to leave them in because I want to be real and I want to see. I want other people to see me crying like that because kind of worded weird. I kind of want people to see the real version of me and the version of me that's always sad, because so many people just fake on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, I never want to be one of those big YouTubers that's fake and clickbaity. Like, no, I don't care if I keep my 5 subscribers that I have for the next 50 years, you know, as long as I'm being real and true to myself, that's all I care about. You know, this is so satisfying to watch. I'm just sat here mesmerized by me watching them again, just picking them up, putting a different song on. There's my AirPods case. I think I was watching something and I was like, nah, I want to bop out now. So I listen to music really, really loud, so to spare my neighbours' ears and to spare them, because I think this was quite late at night. I mean, I say quite late, probably like 9 or 10 at night. I don't think they really, really want to be listening to really loud music, so I just put AirPods in, because then it's loud for me, but not loud for anybody else. Literally, it would be on the highest, and it still wouldn't be loud enough, you know what I mean? So, yeah, this is really therapeutic to watch. I did have another glue stick. I have glue sticks from Australia, but I don't really want to use them. I do want to use them. I'll probably keep them, though, after I've used them all up, because I'm staring at all the Australia stuff now because I'm currently painting the box that all the stuff is in. And literally I've got like an empty, like edible slime. I've got a tube of that from Australia. I've got M&M tubes, because I'm just keeping everything that's Australian, because it just makes me happy, you know what I mean? Don't know where I was going with that. Oh yeah, the glue. But I didn't end up needing to use it because that glue lasted me, which was good. So I've stopped filming these envelopes now, not because they're done, but because if I film anymore, a certain someone would know what I was doing. And I want it to be somewhat of a surprise. You could probably guess what it is by the amount of envelopes and the fact that I think I said earlier, it was an idea I saw on Pinterest. She can guess all she likes, but even if she guesses correct, I'm still going to be like, nope. Because it's not an original idea. It's been done a million times before. But the point is, I'm making it as personalised for her as I possibly can. And so here you see me putting them in order. I don't know why I've put them in order, because I ruin it again in a minute, because I'm making like fun little panels for them. You'll understand what I mean in a minute. Realised that they were 2 separate ones. They don't look it, but one of the flowers is bigger than the other. So that's me splitting them into 2 piles. Don't know why I split them into 2 piles. I think it's because I'm not making them all, and they came in 2 books. So now you see me. Yeah, there's a sad bit coming up, I think. I remember being sad doing this. You see me drawing around these things, which is making like a thing to go on the front of them, which is when it started to go a bit downhill, actually. My mood started going downhill. The envelope started going downhill. There was just a lot of stuff that was going downhill. But I plodded on, nonetheless. So this is going to be the backs of them. Obviously, I don't stick things up front with the pen showing. I decided which ones I wanted to be each colour. I just wish I had more pastel colours, because they're just a bit bright, you know what I mean? Anyway, the sad bit is coming up now. I'll let you watch it, but don't judge, thanks. when I ask you to stay? How you gonna go on your way? Okay, we can do this. Only you means everything to you, but do you really mean? Okay. Get it together, Alex, get it together. Wasting away. I know I probably shouldn't laugh, but the last bit really does make me laugh. The way I just, right, get it together. And I just start doing whatever I'm doing again, but still singing the same song. It's, the show on Disney Channel, the old show Good Luck Charlie, right? I think this was the next morning, actually. Yes, because I just got out the shower, my hair was wet, not greasy. This was me also making a Snapchat. If anyone remembers seeing that Snapchat, say anyone, like I have anyone else other than my mum and my girlfriend on my Snapchat. That's me eating jelly straws. But just the fact that I was just... Oh, yeah. So remember Spencer from Good Luck Charlie? That's who Shane Harper is. And the song was made round about the same time. He was in Good Luck Charlie. It's quite an old song. But I just like him. Good bops. Good bops. Reminds me of my childhood, really. I really liked that show. Like, I remember me and my mum and dad really couldn't afford, like... Well, the Americans call cable, but us Brits call it Sky. And they really couldn't afford it, but they kept it on just so I could watch Good Luck Charlie. And now as an adult, I feel really bad. I didn't tell them to or anything, but they know I loved that show so much. Like, I was obsessed with it. Like, one time I was just teaching my niece the song for it, because she'd spent a lot of time with us. And, like, the theme song for it. I don't know. I'm munching through those things. Oh, I've got more of them, actually, in my cupboard. Oh, could eat some of them, actually. But yeah, I don't really know what was wrong with me the night prior to that. I do cry again in this video, but only once. And I make sure to keep it in because I caught it on camera, really. I'm not a fake person. I don't want to edit out all the sad bits because, if you edit out all the sad bits, like, I want my channel to be something to help people, really, more than anything. And when you see all these influencers and people on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube, and they seem to have all these really, really happy lives with nothing ever going wrong, you're like, well, why is my life not like that? Why does everything seem to go wrong for me? Why do these people have perfect lives? But the truth is they don't. They just edit out the bad things to make their life seem better than yours. And that's not true, They have just as many downs as anyone. They're human. Humans have ups and downs and real feelings, but they make themselves not seem human. They make themselves seem so perfect that they're not human anymore, and that's just not okay, because it makes the people that they're trying to impress feel bad about themselves. Make them feel like, oh, if I just had this, if I just had that, if I just went here, if I just went there, then I'd be happier. But I want to be real. I want to be real to everyone. Be like, it is okay to have bad days. It is okay to be making a project for the person you care about, but still be crying. Because it's okay to be sad. Even if there's nothing specifically in your life making you sad, it's okay to just feel it sometimes. And I don't want to edit that out. I don't want people to brush my sadness under the carpet. I don't know. Really want some jelly straws now. Like, I'm just looking at them there, and on the right hand side, I'm like, they're like the nicest sweets in the world. Apparently, they're a TikTok thing. I didn't know this, but the dude in the shop, I had to get them from the place near where I used to live with my parents in my hometown. I don't live there anymore. I live like a town or so over. But the dude said that they can't keep up with the demand because they're a TikTok thing. I'm like, I just like them because they're fun. They're just really nice. And my mum's like, oh, I should eat them. They're fat free. They're fat free. That's what my mum said. And I go, yep, they're just. They say that to get to you. You look on the back, 13 grams of sugar. Fairly sure there's more sugar in them than there is in a can of Coke. You know what I mean? Like, also, Pauline, stop body shaming yourself. You know what I mean? I know you watch these videos. I think everyone is beautiful just the way that they are. You know? I really like that jumper, you know. Don't know where it is. I think it's just been washed. I haven't seen it in a while. Like, when I wash clothes, I'll wash them. Takes an hour. I'll dry them. Takes about 3 hours because my dryer is stupid. And then I put them on the chair or something ready to put up. They'll be there for a week. I'll start the day off really early. I'll be like, right, I'm going to put on a whole wash. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And what you see me doing here. So what you saw me actually doing, I don't think I actually mentioned it, was I was making these little front things to put words on. I can't tell people what words. So now I'm just sticking them onto each corresponding envelope. Anyway, so I start my days off really early. I'm like, oh, I'm going to get so much done. I'm going to do all the laundry. I'm going to wash it. I'm going to dry it. I'm going to put it all away. And I get the washing and drying bit done. But then they just sit and linger for the rest of the week, actually. I was going to say the rest of the day, but no, the rest of the week. Which is fun indeed. So I've got an itch on my leg. But I do like that jumper. Like, it's literally a week later, as I've mentioned. I wore that all day that day, and then I put it in the wash, and it's been stuck on the chair since. That's what I mean. I haven't seen it since that day, but I know it's been washed because my washing machine's empty. I can stay on top of the washing. It's the putting the washing away. That's so satisfying to watch. Most of them aren't actually central. They're not central. Because I was doing it quite quickly. And from, like, my eye, like, I don't know. Where did my jelly... Or did I eat them all? Is that why random bags appeared? I think I was putting, like, all the scraps of paper in that. And I was like, oh, the jelly straw bag. You know, that they're actually called pencil jellies. So I call them jelly straws. Don't know where I got that name from. Don't know why I started calling them that. But... I keep cutting the audio because I just need a break. Sometimes these are really, really long clips. And... trying to talk through all of them, and I've never spoken so much in my life without a break. And I was like, oh, is there a break coming up? I was like, no, there isn't, so I'm just gonna have to keep going. But I might just cut it every now and then just so I can take a drink, take a breather, because just to mentally... I don't know why I decided to cut all the audio out of it. The audio was sad, but it would have been fine. It would have been fine, you know what I mean? It's not much better now because I'm not feeling great. My throat hurts. I'm dizzy. I'm literally lying in bed in the dark, like, because I'm not well. Yes. So randomly, just clipped in this is me putting the fairy lights in my bedroom, which I thought I'd lost this footage. Sorry, because I was deleting stuff off my iPad to make room to download all these stupid videos onto. And this was one of the ones I deleted, but thanks to iCloud, it just appeared back again the next day. I was like, all right then. Fit pretty much perfectly. It's about 1.5 foot too big, which I've gone down by down there by the mirror. Oh, what we're doing now? We're splitting them up. We're splitting them up into different types again. And so I got this washi tape. So that's why I had to do the fairy lights that day, because I was waiting for the washi tape to arrive. So I was deciding what colour washi tape was going to go on the borders of which one. I think I zoom in more in a minute. I'm not really too sure. So I was adding a border. There we go. I was adding a border because I just think it looks better. I was like, what can I do? Because I thought I'd ruined it putting the thing on, and I had. So now I'm adding a border just to try and redeem myself a bit more. And I didn't know because some of them I wanted to use the same colour for on 2 different types of envelopes, and I didn't know if there's going to be enough tape to do it on 2 different types of envelopes. So I was being really, really frugal with the tape. Again, just holding them because I thought they were just so fascinating. They're actually hidden right this moment in a cupboard, just so I don't fiddle with them all the time. Because I'm working on painting and stuff right now. Because I'm trying to just get these videos done so that I have some time. But they seem to be taking quite a while. And they seem to be getting uploaded onto YouTube faster than I can record them. So my month-long break doesn't seem to be happening. But yeah, I did have enough to do. The ones I wanted to do twice, I was able to do the same tape on 2 different types. That didn't make much sense, but I know what I mean. There's just about enough tape left, which was fine. So I really like this yellow one. I really liked it against the purple. I tried to use colours that contrast or just go well together. There was ones that were like fully purple. This was like, I don't know, that night. I think I'd had a bath and then I'd put these pyjamas on. Really like this that green colour, like that grass green colour. That whole envelope just reminds me of summer. Just happiness and summer and all things nice and bright. There were ones that was fully purple, like the insides were purple, the card on the top was purple, the envelope was purple, had purple flowers on. Was going to put purple tape on it, but it clashed so much. I was like, no. So I put like a light pink on it instead. I think it's like a baby pink. I'll know it when I see it. We're not done yet. Like, I'm really, really wanting a nap right now. Not feeling great, and so I'm just trying to get the audio for all this done so that I can finally have a nap. I like this blue one as well. The blue and the yellow always reminds me of like the beach. You know what I mean? Like that's the sea and it's surrounded by the sand. Or it's surrounding the sand, I should say. So I was trying to save every little bit, so I didn't waste any. And yeah, really, really fun. I love doing stuff like this. I did used to have like a poetry book, and a photography book actually, that I used to print off all my poems in this book and border them like this. I don't know where it went. I really don't. And I had the same one for photography. Round about this is the purple one. No, is it? No, this is the pink one, which is very similar to the purple one, I think. Looking at them now, quite similar, but I think this is the pink one. With the pink flowers on, not the purple flowers. So when I had my poetry book and my photography book, I wasn't very well mentally. And for those that don't know, I was diagnosed with agoraphobia when I was 17. And they put me on a really strong sedative. I forgot the name of it now, because honestly, that whole part of my life is pretty much a blur. But I kind of woke up from that haze with like hardly any of my stuff left because I decided I was going to be a minimalist, which I'm not judging past me. Like, it's still something I hold very closely to me today, and it's something that gets me out of a lot of stress. Other people's clutter, I say in quotation marks, doesn't bother me. My own, however, it's not the fact that I don't like stuff. It's the fact that I like to know where everything is, and I don't like the stress of just all the different stresses that come with me owning clutter. No one else. That doesn't bother me. I actually quite like other people owning stuff because it gives me something to look at. It gives me conversation starters. Like if I go around to somebody's house, not that I ever do go around to anybody's house. You know what I mean? Like I don't really have friends. I have my girlfriend. So that's all I want and all I need. But my parents, for example, they always have cool new stuff they bought on Amazon. And it's a good conversation starter, you know? But I just don't like owning stuff because, personally, firstly, because I travel a lot. I go to Australia a lot and, like, you know, I like to be frugal. It's a money-saving thing as well. And, like, there's something called decision fatigue where a human's only capable of making a certain amount of good decisions each day. And this is the purple one, so I put pink on it instead because purple would have just looked too much, you know what I mean? So I think the pink looks quite nice. It does look quite similar to the other one though, now looking at it from this angle. But that's fine. So like a human can only make a certain amount of good decisions in one day. And when people own like a lot of clothes, a lot of jewelry, a lot of this, a lot of that, you use a lot of your like decent decisions on that because you do that first thing in the morning. And so if you've got to make an important decision later on that day, your brain's a bit fogged and you usually feel a lot more stressed. Not that I'm ever really here making important decisions, but it's just a lot less stress, really. And I like to just know where everything is, and I have clear floors, clear spaces, clear units on my, surfaces that I'm easily able to clean, because I don't really like germs. Germs is like a big anxiety thing for me. Makes me very, very anxious, makes me feel very on edge. Like to make sure everything's clear. I don't like dust. Dust is like a big trigger for me. So the less things I have that can get dusty, the better. What other people do, that's on them. But I think I was telling my girlfriend, I can't remember, that I couldn't date another minimalist because most minimalists actually are really boring people. They're like, none of them have like phones or social media, and you literally listen to music with headphones and they scoff at you. Just imagine Karens, but without owning much. That's, honestly, I don't mean to diss my community, but that's what it is. That's what it's like. It's just... Alright, I'm back. Quite happy there was an interval. I was able to rest a little bit. So, I don't want any other minimalists coming for me saying, I'm not like that. Some people aren't. Some people are okay. But I used to be on this blog. Before I've got the blog I have now, I was on a different blog, and it was very... You're socialised a bit too much on it, I think. There's too many people around. But I did have quite a large following. I had about 5,000 followers on that one. And I was either loved or hated, really, on that. People said I was the most extreme minimalist they've ever met. People said I wasn't a real minimalist. I'm like, how can you be a real minimalist? But there was some people on there that just were so mean. And it was the most toxic community I'd ever really been in. Correction, the most toxic community I've ever been in is when I had hamsters for a very short period of time. And I'm not even going to get into it. They're toxic. Hamster owners are toxic people. That's all I'm going to say on the matter. I think they care about their hamster's welfare, but a little too much, if that's possible. Like, they don't have to be really, really, really nasty about things. People that are just a bit clueless and that just need a bit more guidance, they would just treat them like they had just killed the hamster. You know what I mean? It's just not okay. It's not okay to treat anyone like that. But the minimalist community is 75% toxic people. And it puts a bad name for us. It's kind of, the movement's kind of died down a lot now. But the people that it's actually helped usually stick with it. And I've stuck with it because it helps, But people would go on, a bit like the hamster thing, people would just go on thinking that it was some sort of religion and that there was a certain way to kind of do it. And there isn't. It's just what works for me. And I've tried to not be a minimalist. It just causes me a lot of stress. Stuff causes me stress. And that's how it is. So what you see me doing here is I'm making things to go on. Go in the inside, actually. That's what I'm doing. I'm working on the insides of the envelopes now. So there's going to be like a little card thing in each of them. There's going to be more stuff in some of them. But this is just like a baseline. Some of them I might use the cards in two. I might take it out of one and put it in another. Just really depends. So I'm matching the colour. So I'm adding a border on them. I did run out of plain paper. So what you see me doing here is using lined paper for some of them, which while doing them I do actually prefer because I like to write on lines, which is whatever. But I'm bordering them because I don't want it to just be a random piece of paper. I'm bordering it with the same colour paper as what's on the very front of them. So if I've put purple on them, they're going to be bordered with the purple border. Just so everything just ties in together. I need to sneeze. Has it gone? It's gone, I think. And so here you see me doing the same thing I was doing at the start of the video, where I cut things out with like a little couple of centimetre gap to just because it's easy for me to just cut neater, really, I guess. You can see my little pile of paper in the back there, which is ever growing. Because yeah, I do have a trash bin in this room, but I just don't ever use it because it's tiny. It's just there for show. Very, very rarely I'll use it. So I have my laptop and my phone and my iPad all in front of me, just below the camera. So what you see me is either changing songs. I can't remember if I was listening to music on my phone or if I was watching something on my iPad or my laptop or something. I can't really remember. So here you see me cutting everything out quite neatly. It was quite therapeutic doing this, actually. But yeah. Only like 15 more minutes, I think, of audio to do. Not really too sure. Which is good. So yeah, I just do this for like, why did I film everything? I don't know. But I just do this for like all day. It's quite monotonous. That word, however it's pronounced. I can't really talk well today. My head, like, I've banged my head 2 days on a run now. Like, yes, on the same place as well, on the corner of that stupid desk. Like, I forgot why I'm at such an angle near that desk to have to bang it in the same place on the same corner, the same side of my head as well. I don't know what I've been doing the past 2 days, but I mean, I'm whacking it. And it's made me feel very dizzy and very sick. And I know I probably shouldn't go to sleep, but I'm really tired. You know what I mean? And like, I want to sleep. Like, I'm not even really looking at the screen right now. So what am I doing? Still doing that, obviously. This is such boring content. Honestly, to those that watch it, why? I'm really just making these because I like to record myself. I like to make videos. I like to be able to document things. You know what I mean? And if my girlfriend wants to watch it, she can. So see what I'm making for her. I think I do keep changing the song. I think I am listening to music. I'm not sure. If I don't have headphones on, so usually I'm watching something. Okay, just to warn people, another sad bit is coming. Again, don't judge me. I just want to be real with you. Bit of a short one, but I muted this bit because I said something very, very sad. Yeah, I don't really know what was wrong with me. That was like, it wasn't the same day as the other one. I think it was the next day. I think they were back to back, like next day and all that. This was, I don't know why it's so dark. Do I turn a light on at any point? I'm not really sure, but this was either the next month. I don't know because I haven't got a window in this room, but I've got a skylight, so like a window in the ceiling. And I did want to get a blind fitted, but the people who do the blinds told me that it was going to cost like £300 or $600 in Australia money for me to have a blind, because they would have had to put up like a whole bracket or something. I was like, not a chance. So my dad came up with this genius solution to stick a piece of like vinyl, like sticky back plastic, but opaque and coloured, and it's black, on the window. Like, he got a full-on ladder and stuck it right at the very top, so no light comes through whatsoever, which is great at night. Or it's great when you want to have a sleep in the day, but it means no natural light comes into the room unless you have the window open. So it was raining during this week, I think. The weather wasn't the best. Maybe that's why I was sad. I don't know. But the weather has not been the best at all. And so I've had to have my window closed. Why I couldn't just turn the light on, though, one of the many lights I've got in this room, I mean, everything's got lights on it. My desk got lights on the back of it. My computer has lights on the back of it. Both bedside tables have lights on the back of it, and they both have lamps. Both my drawers have lights on the back of it. I've got normal big lights. I've got fairy lights. I've got a lot of lights in this room, and there doesn't seem to be many lights on right now. Right, now I've turned the big light on. So what you see me doing now is splitting those pieces of paper into 4 different piles, but I didn't want all the lined paper to be on the same pile because only one colour would get all the lined paper, and I'm like, that's not very even. That's a bit wonky. You know what I mean? It's a bit wonky. So, and what you see me doing here is sticking all the paper onto what's going to be the borders, which was quite fun. I just like cutting and sticking things out, really. I find it really fun to do. Reminds me of being in primary school or something. Really tired. I don't know why I'm so tired. It's like 5 p.m. But I could literally have a big fat nap right now. Which is what I'm gonna do once I've done this. But we are almost done. So this is like the last bit that I do. Not forever, because just on camera, because I literally can't do any more without my girlfriend and everybody else in the world that watches these videos knowing what they are. You know? Okay, sorry for the cut all of a sudden. My AirPods died and the case is dead, and my phone is on charge with the one charger I have for all of that right in my possession right now. I've got some more, but I don't know where they are, which is why I'm decluttering again. Yes, I mean, I've decluttered my clothes, I've done all that, but there's just little bits and pieces that I haven't really got around to doing yet. Cables being one of them. I did brush on them in one of my last videos. I don't know, one of the videos I made decluttering. I did briefly was like, yeah, but I didn't do it properly. And I've got a lot of new cables since then. Hence the whole new setup of computer and camera and all that. So, yeah. So now what you're listening to is my phone camera microphone. If it sounds any different, then yes, I was using my AirPods. If it sounds exactly the same, then it's always been my phone and you completely ignore what I'm saying. But it's not raining now. It's not raining right this second. So it should be fine. It won't be too annoying. These just remind me of the Teletubbies. You know what I mean? Like, they look like the little tummy telly things. That's why they're called the Teletubbies, you know, because they've got tellies on their tubbies. Like, they should be called the Teletubbies. Why do you think they were not called the Teletubbies? Because that sounds a lot more apt. Because not many people call, like, a stomach, like, I know people say if you're, like, chubby or you're tubby. I get that. Is that what they mean? Like, the tellies make them tubby? I think they should be called the Teletubbies because they've got tellies in their tummies. That's why they're called that, you know. Time for the Teletubbies. But apart from the pink one was red. It would literally look like Tinky Winky, Lala and Po. And the green one, Dipsy. Dipsy's always leaves a bad taste in my mouth. It just doesn't sound right. So yeah, the borders are going to be quite small, as you can see. There's not much. I wanted just a little accent there, just a little something. So the paper wasn't as thin, so it actually had some depth to it, and just so it matches the envelope a bit more. And so it had some ties into the envelope because that's the exact same card paper thing that I used on the front of the envelope. So it's kind of match. I didn't know if I wanted to put the same colour in or whether I wanted to change the colours, but I was like, no, I'll keep the colours the same. Then it looks like a sat bend on it. So yeah, some of these are plain paper. Some of them are, as you can see there, lined paper. I do prefer the lined paper ones, especially when I've been writing on them. I haven't really spent much time on them yet. I've just been so tired and just not feeling great at all. But I'm sure it'll blow over, like the bad weather. It's actually quite hot yesterday, raining against it. Honestly, British weather has a mind of its own. I don't know if I told people that time I was in Australia. I went to Australia. I think I'd got to Australia in the middle of a heat wave or something because it didn't rain for an entire month. And this was February, so I was literally coming from... The weather was so bad, like the week before I was leaving for Australia, I was petrified that my flight was going to be cancelled. Like, that was the type of severe weather I was leaving. To then go into a heat wave, it was like, wow, okay. No rain for a month. I remember I was on the bus, I forgot where I was going, to Woolies, I think. And we changed. I've only come back to the envelopes because this is the bit where I put all the little cards in the envelopes. This is just the last one I'm doing, and I forgot to clip this one out and move it to the rest of the envelopes. But yeah, you just have to ignore that. I remember everyone else was just ignoring the rain, and I was just like, oh my god, rain. And I don't know if I was happy or sad about it. I think I was happy about seeing it because it was really dry and I was not used to it. I'd literally just come from like snowstorms, you know what I mean? Literally thought my flight was going to get cancelled like a week before I was leaving. But then when I went back to England, I went back in the middle of a cyclone, whatever it's called, like Cyclone Eartha or whatever it's called. Me and my girlfriend was sat watching these paragliders. And I was like, they can't keep my flight on. They were everywhere in the sky. I was like, they can't keep my flight. They did. And it was the most scariest flight I've ever been on. I threw up the whole 11-hour flight. Fine on the second one, but for the first flight, I was so unwell. So unwell. But I lived. I didn't die. We didn't crash. I was fine. So that's the first. Again, don't know why I've split them into two identical sets. I think it's because I kept telling myself I'm making a pair and a spare, which I got that line from The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. I don't really know. But I do plan on making more than 22 for my girlfriend. I might make about 25. I don't know. Literally been up all night editing that video. Getting the videos from the camera to my phone is not as easy as people have always made it out to be. So I'm recording this on my phone just to save me the aggro, you know what I mean? Do you like my fairy lights? That's what they look like on. Should I tell you what they look like off? Oh, that's what they look like off. Got a picture of all the games that I'm playing. I don't know if I showed them to people. But yeah, that's it for this video. I'm sorry that it got sad, but as I said during the video, I want people to see my real life. I don't ever want to be fake. I'm not on YouTube, not online, not ever. If I'm able to share it, I will share it, you know? And it's weird seeing my phone on screen, but there was some that I just had to, you could read the messages, and if people cared enough and people zoomed in, if they paused the video and zoomed in, you could read them, and that's my privacy, and I don't really want to share that, but I don't mind sharing my emotions and my feelings because that's never anything to hide, and it's never anything to be ashamed about or to hide away or anything like that. You know, so yeah, that's it. I will probably do an update video when I do I'm gonna do a paint with me video and things like this. Is just the craft. This is just the stuff that you cut and you stick in, all that stuff. I might do an update on that whole flower situation once I've painted those letters. But yeah, I do have a right mind to just go back to the works that I went to buy the white versions of those letters, because I don't mind, like, I want to, so I've put, you can't really see, but that's a vinyl. That's my George Ezra vinyl. And so I'm going to put vinyls when I get them in frames along the wall. And I want to get some letters and say, like, music's medicine or something, some sort of musical quote in little letters. I don't mind painting them black for that. But when you paint things white, like when you paint wood white, you've got just like a million layers. And there were a white set of those, but they didn't have them they had them in Manchester. So I'm this close, like going to Manchester tomorrow to get some. Like, that's how much I want them. Oh my God, the light. Oh, where the, oh my God. All right. All right. No, all right. We'll just, there we go. And so, you know what I mean? That's really bugging me. That's actually really bugging me. All right, that's fine. Sorry my hair's a mess. I haven't really done anything today other than edit this video. But now that once it's like downloading and uploading and I can make a thumbnail for it, because it takes like hours to download, because from my phone, I don't know why I do everything on my phone, but I do. That's just how I've got used to doing things now. I will sort myself out. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed. Sorry you got sad. I'm not sorry you got sad actually, because that's me. Oh, it looks like there's a Y in front of my face. Yeah, peace.